It was a perfect morning in South Florida, clear skies, a gentle breeze, and a sense of promise in the air, but that peace was shattered in an instant. A Beechcraft King Air B100, carrying a father and daughter on a humanitarian mission, took off from Pompano Beach Air Park. Moments after takeoff, something went terribly wrong. The familiar drone of the engines faltered, then fell silent. Onlookers watched in horror as the plane banked sharply, struggling to stay aloft. The silence was broken by the unmistakable sound of an aircraft in distress. The flight lasted less than 3 minutes. 3 minutes from hope to heartbreak. The King Air lost power and descended rapidly, vanishing behind a line of trees. A sickening impact echoed across the quiet neighborhood. Residents rushed outside to find the wreckage partially submerged in a man-made lake. The aircraft was shattered. Its mission of mercy ended in tragedy. The vital medical supplies were lost, scattered among the debris. The father and daughter, united by their passion for flying and helping others, were gone. In an instant, a day of promise became one of profound loss. The community was left with a single haunting question. Why? The search for answers had only just begun. The flight began like any other, with Robert Vance and his daughter Maya in the cockpit. At 9:02 a.m., the King Air lifted off, climbing steadily over Broward County. But just 2 minutes later, Robert's urgent voice crackled over the radio. "Mayday, mayday, engine failure." He attempted to turn back toward the airport, a textbook emergency maneuver. On the ground, witnesses saw the plane flying too low, one engine sputtering, trailing smoke. The remaining engines screamed at full power, making the aircraft difficult to control. Asymmetric thrust forced the pilot to fight for control, the wings wobbling as altitude was lost. Robert searched desperately for a safe place to land, but options were few in the dense suburb. The lake, in Heron Bay, was likely his last hope. The plane's left wing dipped sharply, entering a steep, irreversible bank. It struck the water with tremendous force, breaking apart on impact. The flight ended in seconds, the wreckage sinking quickly beneath the surface. The struggle in the cockpit was over, but the investigation was just beginning. The community would soon learn the details of those final, desperate moments. The tragedy left a mark on all who witnessed it. The mission of hope had ended in heartbreak. What caused the engine to fail would become the focus of a nationwide investigation. The crash shattered the morning quiet of Heron Bay. Residents described a thunderous explosion, the ground shaking beneath their feet. "Maria, I heard a plane way too close, saw it tilted, then the crash. I'll never forget that sound." Within minutes, 911 calls flooded dispatch. First responders arrived to devastation debris floating on the lake, a faint smell of jet fuel in the air. The main fuselage had sunk into the murky water, making rescue efforts perilous. Divers braved near-zero visibility, feeling their way through twisted metal. Hope for survivors faded quickly. The force of the impact had been overwhelming. The bodies of Robert and Maya Vance were recovered from the wreckage. The lake, once a place of peace, was now a somber crash site. Neighbors gathered in shock, grateful no homes were hit, but mourning the loss of 2 lives. The tragedy was a stark reminder of how quickly life can change. The community's grief was matched only by their questions. How could such a tragedy happen on such a beautiful day? The search for answers would soon involve experts from across the country. For now, Heron Bay was united in sorrow. The impact of that morning would linger for years to come.
The Beechcraft King Air B100 is a workhorse of the skies. Reliable, versatile, and trusted for decades.
Powered by 2 Garrett TPE 331 engines, it's known for efficiency and strong performance, especially during takeoff.
An engine failure after takeoff can cause a dangerous yaw, demanding immediate, precise action from the pilot. But like any aircraft, it has challenges. There's little time or altitude to recover from a problem.
The low and slow phase, just after takeoff, is the most critical.
Investigators will focus on whether the King Air's known vulnerabilities played a role in this crash.
Every second counts in an emergency like this.
The King Air's reputation is strong, but no aircraft is immune to tragedy.
Understanding what went wrong is key to preventing future accidents.
The investigation will scrutinize every detail of the plane's design and performance.
Only then can the true cause be revealed.
This was more than a crash. It was the loss of a family devoted to service.
Robert Vance, a seasoned pilot, and his daughter Maya, a newly licensed co-pilot and nurse, shared a passion for flying and helping others.
They volunteered for missions delivering medical supplies to remote clinics in the Caribbean.
The trip to Jamaica was one of many they'd flown together, a team united by purpose.
And their cargo, antibiotics, surgical equipment, vaccines, was a lifeline for a rural clinic.
Friends say Maya found her calling in combining aviation and humanitarian work.
They loaded the plane themselves, knowing the importance of every box.
Their loss leaves a void in their community and among those they served.
They represented the best of aviation, using their skills for the greater good.
Their final flight was a testament to their character and commitment.
Behind every flight are people with hopes, dreams, and a desire to help.
Robert and Maya's legacy is one of compassion and courage.
The NTSB arrived quickly, launching a meticulous investigation.
Their mission: find out what happened and why to prevent future tragedies.
Salvage teams carefully recovered the wreckage from the lake piece by piece.
Investigators examined the engines, flight controls, and propellers for signs of failure.
Maintenance records and pilot logs were scrutinized for clues.
The Mayday call pointed to engine trouble. Determining which engine failed and why was critical.
Every detail, from mechanical parts to pilot training, was under review.
The process is slow, but every fact brings them closer to the truth.
The goal is not blame, but understanding.
Only by learning from tragedy can future lives be saved. Investigators study past King Air accidents for patterns. Engine failures after takeoff have caused crashes before.
Asymmetric thrust and difficulty feathering a failed engine's propeller are recurring issues.
Pilot training for these emergencies is critical.
The NTSB checks for airworthiness directives and maintenance compliance.
If a pattern emerges, recommendations for design changes or new procedures may follow.
Lessons from past tragedies shape safer skies.
The Coral Springs crash will add to this body of knowledge.
Every investigation builds on the last.
Eyewitness accounts are vital in the early stages of an investigation.
Many residents heard a sputtering engine, saw the plane bank sharply, and watched its final desperate descent.
A retired airline pilot recognized the classic signs of an engine out and a VMC roll, where control is lost below a critical speed.
Witnesses saw smoke from the left engine, supporting the theory of a left-side failure.
These observations help investigators piece together the aircraft's final moments.
Eyewitnesses provide real-world confirmation before technical data is available.
Their memories are cross-checked with physical evidence for accuracy.
Together, their stories paint a picture of a pilot fighting for control and a plane in its final moments.
The trauma of witnessing such an event lingers.
But their accounts are crucial to understanding what happened.
Every detail brings investigators closer to the truth.
As the NTSB works to uncover the cause, the community mourns Robert and Maya Vance. Their story is one of generosity and service, not just tragedy.
Their legacy is the countless lives they touched through humanitarian work.
This accident is a sobering reminder of aviation's risks, especially in those critical moments after takeoff.
And pilots train relentlessly for emergencies, but sometimes fate intervenes.
The investigation's goal is not blame, but learning, so others may be spared.
Every accident teaches us, making aviation safer for all.
The loss of the King Air is a painful chapter, but the lessons learned can save lives.
We honor Robert and Maya by supporting the search for answers.
Their legacy of service deserves nothing less.
The skies over Florida witnessed tragedy, but the future can be safer because of it.
In their memory, we strive for clearer, safer skies.